So I'm a playwright and theatre maker based here in Glasgow in Scotland. My background and way into doing what I do comes kind of from an unconventional place as a writer. I work as a playwright, but a lot of my work is self-performed, is a kind of monologue, one-man show thing that I'll do, and a lot of what informs my work is collaboration with other artists, be it theatre artists or artists from other disciplines like musicians. So yeah, I write, I'm a playwright, I write plays, I write stories, but I often perform those as pieces of theatre myself.
You step into the marble corridor, your shoes make an expensive sounding click. You are Mercy. That is your name. The approving blue light of the security scanner tells you so as you touch your finger to its cold glass, the heavy door to your office yielding obediently.
So Heads Up is a solo performance, a story that I tell sat at a desk. It involves a sound design that exists in 2 samplers that I manually operate from the stage. They have each 16 channels, or sort of pads, so that's 32 all in all, that I manipulate. Some are like one-shots that make a single sound, some are loops, like a drum loop, and some are sort of press and holds, and I kind of manipulate the sonic landscape of the story while telling the story. It sounds a bit weird, but it makes a kind of sense, I hope, in performance. It becomes kind of part of the gestural language of it.
And now my girlfriend is in hospital, Jeff, a proper hospital with babies and everything, and I can't even be there because there's too much work to be done, and do the shitheads understand how that feels, Jeff? Do they fuck? Jeff is silent. There's only one review I ever kept, Jeff. Just the one. I'm telling you a secret about me, Jeff. A secret. It's important. Jeff nods.
The music, which has been developed by a guy called MJ McCarthy, who's the composer and sound designer on the project, is evolving alongside the text, and the text is evolving through conversation and dialogue with my other collaborators.
You are this city. You are redevelopment and planning process and new investment and corporate interest. You are gentrification and demolition and forgotten past. You are commercial zones, residential zones, casino, mayor's house, police station, school. You are libraries and drop-in centres and hospitals. You are buildings which used to be libraries and drop-in centres and hospitals.
So what Heads Up is about the end of the world. And it's on its simplest level, that's what it's about, it's an apocalypse. But really, it's just a metaphor for what it feels like living in a world that feels like it's in a constant state of crisis and is built on crisis. So the story, if you like, the piece kind of paints a picture of a city, a fictional city that is a stand-in for, maybe it's Edinburgh, maybe it's London, maybe it's whatever city we happen to be hearing the story in now. And it follows 4 different characters or stories across that city at the moment that the world ends. And in this story, the fact of the end of the world is really a metaphor for a state of anxiety and urban existential sense of crisis that I think we find ourselves living in just now. So they're all actually quite particular human stories, if you see what I mean. They're all actually quite small human stories that have this big uniting conceit. And even though it sounds like it should be, bleak, I suppose on some level it is, but I hope there's hope in there. And there's definitely some jokes too, so it's not all doom and gloom.